Hi, everybody. This is Tammy, and I am here with Cindi Gibson at the junior high. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
We are talking about Flipgrid because Cindy loves Flipgrid. She learned about it this summer and she's used it in her classroom. And so we thought we would talk a little bit about how she's used it in her classrooms just for the benefit of everybody else. So let's start out first by explaining what Flipgrid is.
Okay, so it is a website where um, you can create a video, but you don't have to. You can give the students a prompt, and then they create a video back to you that's saved in your grid, and it can be about anything. And they don't even have to show their faces on it if they want to create something uh, using a whiteboard or another computer. They have so much access to different things that they can put on their grid, on their video.
Okay, so this is a video response,
Yes.
and you make a prompt, and then they do a video response. Now, what kind of tools are they using?
So they have access to their devices, and that seems to work pretty good. We do have the Chromebooks, and most of them have worked. Every once in a while, we'll find a glitch with that where it doesn't want to save or the camera's not working on that one. But overall, everything we've tried so far has worked really well. And the only issue that I've really found with that is when I have four people in the video and it's only attached to one name, that then I have to make sure they have everybody included in that so I know who to give credit to.
Okay, I see. So tell us about how you have used it in your classroom specifically.
Okay. So to start out with, I used it to just get to know my students. The first week of school, we needed something to do, and I wanted to know about them. I needed their personality, and they could create a video and telling me things. I had some girls create one and show me volleyball moves. I had some asked to use stuffed animals I had in the room, and they used them and did a puppet show. So they
Cute.
got very creative in ways that I wasn't thinking about them doing. I just figured they would stand there and say, "Oh, my name is such and such. I like dogs." But they didn't. They came up with really neat things to do. So I used it first to just to get to know the kids, and then after they had practiced using it, we used it to wrap up our unit and do a kind of an overview. What did you learn in this unit? What was new? What was stuff you already knew about? And they could tell me things in their review of the unit. So that was very handy to use for my review
So,
after the test. Make sure they really had what I was looking for.
okay, so they were able to summarize. Now, how much time do they get for this video?
So the first one, I gave them quite a bit of the class period because it was brand new and they didn't know how to use all the tools and they had to ask questions, and it was a learning experience for me because I had been on the student end of it this summer. So I had not been the administrator and to see what it was like. Um, and then we were able to do the next one, 20 minutes probably after they knew what to do. It was the hardest part was them thinking about how do I want to present the material and getting that set up. Then once they did the video, that didn't take long at all.
Okay, so is there a time limit per video?
Okay, you can set your time limit from I think 30 seconds to I know you can go to at least 5 minutes. You may can go longer than that. I'm not sure. I put a limit of 2 minutes so they didn't feel overwhelmed like they had to talk for that long or do that much. And they don't even have to use up that much time.
Okay. All right. So, what did you get out of it in return when you were using it for content
So
specifically?
for using it for content, it helped me see if there were any spots where they didn't quite get the concept I needed them to get, that I could go back and review that. Or if I had a student who I understood really got that and could put them to work with somebody who was still struggling with it, it gave me that information besides just looking at a pencil and paper test.
Okay. And so, do you have any ideas for other teachers how they might use it?
Oh my gosh, I think this would be fabulous for any subject. History, they could present on historical figure. I know in the eighth grade right now, they're talking about the 13 colonies, and they could present on different colonies. They could, in the video, they didn't have to be the one standing in front of the camera, but they could interview each other. English, I couldn't tell you how they could use it in English. Um, I'm sure the English teachers could come up with fabulous ways to use this. I think it would work in every classroom. I really thought math would be the hardest one, and it's turned out to be pretty great in here.
Okay, and tell me how the students have reacted to Flipgrid.
Pretty much, at first, some of them were scared because they thought they were going to have to be right in front of the camera. But when we talked about, look how you could present this, you don't have to have your face right there, then they felt more comfortable. Some of them have gotten whiteboards and wrote the problems out on the whiteboard so you could see their work without having to see their face. Some of them want their face on the video, and so they're okay with that. So I think they really liked it. Some classes didn't get to do it the second time as much as other classes, and they were upset because they did not get as much video time as the rest of them. So we have to
Okay,
remedy
I think our students like to see themselves on camera. So, yeah. So, have you thought about other ideas in the future how you want to use this tool?
Not yet. I really like the summary of the units with that. I'm sure if I talk to the students, they could come up with some new ways that I could probably use it in class. That would probably be a great idea to ask them what they think. How could we use this? And they could, I'm sure they would enlighten me.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Well, thank you so much, Cindy, for your time
Yes,
today.
ma'am. Any,
All right, have a great day.
thank you. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.